Hey guys, how you doing? Steve Roger Phillips here, and in this video, I'm just going to give you a quick overview of some of the things which are available from Granda Water. Now, with Granda Water, there's a lot of different price options, ranging from 111 all the way up to like 4444. So, well, not quite that, but just for the numbers' sake. But yeah, as you can see, there's a wide range of prices with Granda Water. And in this video, I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the different types of solutions you can have. And really speaking, there's about three three options for different price points. There's more, but we can speak about that in a private call. If you'd like to have a private call, please leave your details in the contact form and I'll happily have a chat with you. So Granda water, then, first of all, what is it? Granda revitalization water helps to structure your water, and it comes from a mother water from the Austrian Alps, and it's 500 meters below ground level in an old copper mine. That's where the spring is. So the water is a very pure form of water, and this is the key really when you're starting with any type of water, is looking for the purity. Now, this is a very pure form of water, and how this works is by transferring the information within that water into any water that passes by it. Sounds far out, but it doesn't even, the water in your house or in your taps doesn't even have to come into contact with it. All it has to do is bypass it, and the structure in that water basically transfers itself to that. So water is like a recording device, just like if you remember, like all tape recorders or DVDs, then CDs, whatever you want that records things, water does that. Now, when you've got a pure form of water that's structured and coherent like Granda water, because it's not just the spring water, it's also been through a process that Johann Granda used in order to create it, which involved a free energy device. And from that, he's created this water that basically doesn't destructure. So that's the key to this water, is it doesn't destructure no matter how long you've had your system for. Some people have had their systems for 30 and 40 years and it's still producing the same coherent and structured water. Why is it important to have structured water? It's because our cells have structured water. So if we're drinking structured water, then it makes it easier for our body because it doesn't have to convert water into structured water, destructured water into structured water. So if we, and it's very potent, it's very powerful. It can help to, I say very potent, very powerful, but just like water is soft, but it can break through a stone with just by dripping, yeah. So it's very potent, but it's also very gentle. And yeah, she's like our mother. And so yeah, Granda water is the best solution that I've been able to come up with for water. I'm super excited to share it with everyone because for many years I've been looking for the right device to share with people. We've shared little vortexing devices. I've had vortex jugs, which were pretty good, but I haven't found the whole house solution that I wanted. I did like there are different vortex whole house systems you can get. But to be honest, this is the best that I've come up with, hence why we're promoting it now. And plus, it's got different price points for every pocket. So getting to the point of the video, then you can enter Granda Water by just simply getting one of these. It's called the Mini Energizer. That's one of your cheapest entry points for Granda Water, and that comes in at, it's 105, it's 111 with including postage and packaging. Now, what can you use this for? Say if you get a cup of tea or water, you can stir that, but they say for about 20 or 30 times. And then once you've done that, you've got your Granda water. This is some of the water you can buy from the Granda website, but this is just from our tap because we've got the whole house system attached. Well, it's not even attached to our piping. It's just next to our piping. Just like I say, it just needs to pass by it. So I've literally laid down the Granda water system next to our stopcock where the tap comes into the house. And this comes out of our taps. So it's beautiful water that I've got now. We've got a whole house water filter, first of all, which I can advise you about in a second, because basically, like, the best source of water that you start with, then the groundwater is also going to enhance that so much more. So if you've got a purer form of water to begin with, then this is going to enhance it that much more. So we do advise to have filters. You don't have to have a filter. Some people don't like to have filters like the groundwater system. Once you've inputted one of the grander systems, you don't need to change any filters or nothing. That's job done. That's taken care of. However, if you want to if you get a filter, then you do need to change filters, and you do need to change filters like every 6 months or a year, depending upon which filters you get. But I can advise you about that at the time. So yeah, so the first point of entry is getting one of these so you can just energize your drinks. Very cheap entry, 111. And I've seen these being used after 15 years and they're still working as well. And tests where it's on this site somewhere, but and the tests where they've rejuvenated or revitalized more so the water before they've fed it to wheatgrass, and it still had twice the growth to tap water. So just imagine if wheatgrass is getting twice the growth in however long it took. I think it was maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever the video was. Just imagine what it's doing to you from the inside out. So now then, there's the next level up from that is likely to be an under sink unit where you just put one of the small, it's called a shower unit or a mobile unit. If you put that unit underneath your sink, that's going to cost you just over £600, but I would advise a filter to go with that, either an under sink filter or a whole house filter. We can talk about those prices, but the grander system itself, I believe, is 650 for that one. And you're going to get a really good quality drinking water from that, especially if you've got it filtered first. If you can't fit the filter, it's not absolutely essential, but of course it will get rid of more of the kind of heavy metals and chlorine and some of these things from the water before, especially if you've got carbon filters, before it goes through the grander system. So you're talking 111 for the start. Then you've got that option. There are some boards you can get from your kitchen. So from 225, I believe they are. So you can put a board in your kitchen and then you can put your jugs of water. Say, for example, if I was your drinking water, you could pop that on top of the board. It just looks like a little chopping board. There's a small one and a large one. The large one is more expensive, obviously. And what's beneath that is the grander water. That's the mother water. And then whatever you put on top of that, whether it's water or food or fruit, it's going to revitalize. Anything that's got water content in it is going to change the water molecules. So it's H3O2 instead of HO2. And then that means it's structured water. And then it's very beautiful to drink. So yeah, the boards is another thing. You can also get pendants. I advise these personally over the pendants. You can get a pendant. They've got 4 different types of water, I believe it is, but you can check it out on the website. I went for these because I thought they were more practical, because you can use them to energize your drinks as well as wearing them on your person as a pendant as well. And it's handy because you can wear them as a pendant and then you've always got them to revitalize your water. Then, of course, there's the creme de la creme, the whole house system that I just said that we've got in our house. So with that, what it is it's a unit roughly about this big. And I can give you all the details, obviously. That comes in at, if you get it on its own, if you've already got whole house systems, it comes in at 3,192. And then, but we would advise you to get a whole house system to go with that. And if you get that through Grander, they come in at about £4,000 roughly, maybe just over £4,000. And then you've got a Pucker filtration system. You can get your filters from Grander. And then obviously you've got to change your filters every 6 to 12 months depending. And then you've got the grander system after. That's the creme de la creme, because if you've got about 2 or 3 bathrooms in your house, then that's going to be adequate in order to revitalize all of your water. So we talked about drinking water, but of course a lot of people forget about bathing. When we're bathing, I heard a statistic the other day, we can absorb up to 1 litre of water. So just imagine when you're having your bath and you're chlorinated fluoride water full of heavy metals, then you're absorbing all of that into your skin, because the skin is like your third lung, isn't it? And it's yeah, one of the biggest organs, if not, I think it's the biggest organ that we've got. So we can absorb many toxins as well as good things into our skin. So it's important what we're bathing in. Very important what we're bathing in, as well as what we're drinking. So if you want the creme de la creme, the full package, you're talking 3,200 roughly for the whole house system. But then it's an extra 1,000 for the whole house system with Granda. But there are other solutions which are cheaper, which I can talk to you about if money is an issue. So that's just a basic overview about what is available from Granda Water, the different price points that you can achieve. And as you can see, there's a wide variety of price points depending upon what you want to get and what you want to achieve from it. So give me a shout if you want to have a chat around your options. Some things to consider are making sure that you've got a space in order to put the Granda unit, which is roughly so big, like I told you, standing up, so like that big, along with a space which is big enough to house the three filters, the whole house filters. That's from Granda. Or there are some alternatives which I can put you in touch with as well, which are cheaper options and can still give you quite a good filtration. But if you want to go everything through Granda, it's going to cost you about $4 grand for the whole house system. So that's the options you've got. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. And it's been a pleasure to speak with you, and speak to you soon. Lots of love.